You must definitely have come across at least one person who suffered with chronic bad breath. The reasons for this could be a poor diet, or a bad diet which causes bad breath, or a health condition that is the cause of this problem. Various people have different causes for bad breath and it differs from one to the other. Investigations by a medical practitioner will give an insight into the exact health problem and the root cause of bad breath. Apart from dental conditions, it could also be because of a gum disease, a throat infection, or tonsillitis too. Food habits. The cause of bad breath. What you eat is a very probable cause of the bad breath, as the mouth is the beginning of the alimentary canal. Sometimes the odor of the food remains in the mouth for a long time and no amount of brushing the teeth or gargling can get rid of this. Some foods give an extra bad odor like onions and garlic, and alcohol and tobacco also contribute to this bad odor. However, there are some things that will help to clear the breath like mint, lettuce, parsley and other greens. No matter what you eat, ensure that it is washed thoroughly and that it is not the cause for indigestion. Indigestion is another cause of bad breath. Oral hygiene is important. Uppermost on the list of avoiding bad breath is the oral hygiene that you maintain. You must brush your teeth after each meal and floss your teeth at least once a day. After every meal or even a snack, make sure that you clear all the particles from your mouth and the crevices of your teeth. Any food particles that remain here will be a cause for the increase of bacteria, which gives rise to bad breath. So make sure that you keep your mouth absolutely clean all the time. Once this is neglected, it will affect your dental conditions, which will decay and deteriorate, giving further cause for bad breath. See a medical practitioner once you have gone over all the possible causes of bad breath and have eliminated all. Then the last resort is to see a doctor to get the final diagnosis for bad breath. Whatever the cause, it is best to ensure one's own personal hygiene and maintain a clean and healthy way of living. This itself will be sufficient enough to help you to avoid bad breath in future. The most common bad breath for the majority of the people, bad breath is a problem when they wake up in the morning, but this is okay once they have brushed their teeth and cleaned their mouths thoroughly. However, as the day goes on, the bad breath may be there again and people may be staying away from you and avoiding close contact with you. Bad breath after a meal. If your meal has been heavily garnished with garlic, you will find that your breath smells of garlic too. Similarly, if you have eaten onions or smoked cigarettes. Alcohol also leaves its mark on your breath and makes it positively unpleasant for anyone to approach too close to you. Another cause for halitosis. Camouflaging the bad breath with breath fresheners or mouth sprays is a temporary effect that will mask the bad breath only for a short time. If the main cause of the halitosis or bad breath is not cured or dealt with, then nothing can clear it permanently. So you have to get down to the root of the problem literally and cure that first. It may be poor dental hygiene or teeth that have to be seen to, so this you will have to visit your dentist. Even if your digestion is affected by the food that you have eaten, you can have bad breath. Chronic bad breath. There may be some people who maintain an excellent oral hygiene but still suffer from the worst possible halitosis. Chronic bad breath is when a person has foul odor from the nose and the mouth at all times. Unfortunately, as these people have very clean oral hygiene, they do not know what to do about this embarrassing condition. Cause of bad breath. Bacterium is the most common underlying problem that causes bad breath. This is because of the food particles that get left behind in the mouth after a meal and which the bacterium starts feeding on. To fight this problem, a thorough cleansing of the mouth after every meal and with a proper toothbrush would help. The back of the teeth should not be neglected and the toothbrush should have bristles that reach in between the teeth too. So no area is left neglected and all food particles are removed. Dealing with a person who has bad breath can often prove to be a problem. The person who is in an intimate conversation with a second person may find it horrible to suddenly realize that the other person has bad breath. This in turn may also evoke the listener to make facial expressions that communicate disgust. He or she may feel nauseous and may even avoid talking to that person again. This sort of response is instinctive and completely involuntary. The easiest way to deal with bad breath is to get away from it as fast as possible. To deal with something like bad breath is a difficult issue. However, it is also important that the issue is dealt with altogether, even if it is a personal issue or regarding someone else like a friend, relative or colleague. How one can deal with it oneself. The easiest way to deal with bad breath is to take care of one's personal hygiene, especially that pertaining to the teeth and oral hygiene at large. This helps to a certain extent. Often being lazy or not caring much about these aspects costs one his or her self-esteem and respect. It can lead to the gradual decline of one's self-respect as well. People who are aware of their bad breath can seek medical help like that of a dentist's, if they are unable to handle it by themselves. The best way to get rid of laziness and ignorance is to be aware of the fact that your ignorance can make others suffer as well. How to inform others. What do you do when you come across a person with bad breath? You wouldn't even think about informing the person. What we often fail to realize is that addressing the issue is the most important step to be taken. Starting off with this sort of a personal conversation can be difficult. It so happens that bad breath can be the result of some medical problem, and by informing the concerned person of the issue, we can save that person's life from danger in extreme circumstances. Wondering what you can do? The easiest way to bring the talk up is to offer that person a piece of gum or mint and then start the conversation. Another option is to give a general talk about bad breath and then offer the person the gum or mint. Most of the people can comprehend the hint. However, some people may even need direct statements regarding their bad breath. All of these can be hard and difficult to implement, but are things that have to be done all the same.